Today we're going to use my Notion website guide to do our first Revit API adding using C#. So first thing we're going to do is open the Notion website and follow the steps. First, make sure to have downloaded this Revit Lookup and Edit Manager tools, which gonna allow you to access the elements information and also to quick setting up the add-ins. So how does the Revit Lookup works? If you press an option, for example, an element, sorry, if you press an element or you select a wall or a column and you go to Revit Lookup and press this node selection option, you will have you will possibly get all the information within the element. For example, with this column, we know this is a family instance. This family instance has a certain category, a document, which of course it belongs to this document. All elements should belong to the same document in this case, unless you have a linked document, a location, a level, a name, parameters, like well, this is in Spanish, but base level, superior level, offset. So you can access all this information. Same for other elements like walls. We know it's a wall thanks to the Revit Lookup tool, and we can access also the official Revit documentation, which should open like this. You can go to your version of Revit that you are using, and you can look up for objects such like walls, and you will find out that different objects have different methods like flip method, create method, properties like flip property, is stack wall member, parameter property, or also the family instance class, which belongs to many elements like columns or beams, I believe. Let's check up. If we go to beam, let's draw a single beam, and if we snoop the selection, we can know that it's also belong to family instance. So family instance, these methods are available not only to columns but also to beams. We can check that column class is not available because we directly have the family instance method. For example, also the structural framing, we won't find the physical framing or beam because they are actually family instance objects, so they have shared methods. That doesn't mean that these objects are limited, just that they are worked in a different way, like wall, which has his own class, and while family, we can see here wall is represented a wall in Autodesk Revit, but family instance represents a single instance of a family type, such as a single I-beam. Okay, so for example, we're going to learn how to create from wall. If we go to wall, we'll see that wall has a create. It will be over here. Create method here. So we can create walls in different ways. So we have an overload. So different overloads output has different descriptions. Like if you create a wall only using the document iris, curve, and boolean, you will have one output. But if you use more information, you will have another output. Also, we have the other tool that we download, which is the adding manager. So this is a tool that will allow us to easy try our code. If we go back to my Notion website, we can just follow the steps, which is open Visual Studio, create a new project in the preferred directory, select a class library, select the class library net framework option. If this is not available, which some cases appears to don't be by default, so we have to make sure this net framework is into the Visual Studio. We have to go to installer, modify, make sure that the .NET desktop development option is installed. Then we have to create the project, choose a project name. We will have this template. Then we have to add the reference in order to Visual Studio know that we are working with Revit. So what this reference does is, well, these ones, the Revit API UI and Revit API, this does a injection of objects into the Visual Studio, well, to the C# language. So we're going to be able to access to those objects that we just read in the official documentation. And then we have to make this reference false, the copy local option false, in order to don't overload to Revit what array has. Like, for example, why is that we are in this reference to Visual Studio? Because Visual Studio doesn't know what Revit is, but Revit does know what Revit is. So we have to re-upload Revit information into Revit. That's why we have to keep the copy local false option. Then we have to build a solution, copy of the directory, and using the adding manager tool, load this add-in and just try run, and we'll see our result. So let's go to Revit project. Go to create new project, go to the class library, .NET option, yes or yes must be .NET option. So here, make sure you have it download. I know I have it downloaded, but I don't find it right now, so I will write it here, .class library. Oh, okay, it's here. If you don't have it, just as mentioned in the guide I made, open this installer, go to modify, and make sure you have downloaded the .NET desktop development, and I'll modify if necessary. Okay, then go to next, put a project name. So we put project name to the project name, enter. Okay, so let's add the references. Add reference. Here we can browse. I have it here directly. I'm not going to use 2023. I'm going to use 2024. Just add them and press OK. Well, you're not going to have it directly here, but you have to browse all this C directory, program files, Autodesk, Revit API. Just browse them from here. From here, program files, Autodesk, the current version you're using, and just look them up here. For example, this and this one, and press add. I have them already, so I won't. Okay, press the OK option, press both of them, select both of them, keep false the copy local, go to my Notion, copy all this. Okay, we can change the class name to anything that we want. For example, Revit adding. We press yes, and from here we have to copy this. I will explain in further detail in next videos, but the main point of this whole video is to be able to make our first Visual Studio, well, C# with Visual Studio Revit API adding. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, this must be okay. First thing, we need to make sure to use this attribute, then copy paste this, and we have to make an inheritance from iExternal command. So inheritance automatically will upload all this, well, this interface. This interface will automatically develop these methods. That's what interface is all about. And we do our first task dialog and return result succeed. Then we build option. We go to the CSS file, we copy the directory, we go to Revit. Let's close this. Okay, we go to the adding manager, make sure to press the first option, press load, copy here, go delete this first part, go bin the book, select the DLL generated and press open. Now search it over here. It's this one, project name, run. So when you make it the first time, now you just need to press this manual mode faceless, and the last add-in that you invoke inside Revit, it's going to run again. For example, if I go here and change this string and I put I want to learn. Well, this is the title, so main instruction, like this. This should be correct. Build. Let's see. Okay. What I'm missing is I have to define first string here and second string here. Okay. So if we build the changes and we upload, the message is going to change. For example, Revit is great. Like this. We can test dialog many times. For example, first Revit is great, Revit is boring, and we'll have the first task dialog, the second task dialog. We can also have an overload of task dialog. There's a task dialog command button option. We're going to see more task dialog options in the next video.